2 o'clock shadow. We gotta wait for it to get a little bit thicker for be a 5 o'clock shadow. It's an early in the day shadow. So, a lot of the stuff going on around the land, it's the people. It ain't the system no more. If y'all want to know what the holdup is, it's the people. It's no longer the system. The corporate legal fiction is now a defunct corporation. They done. They gone. Only problem is we building this new government, and the people ain't really ready to let go of the stage show, the Joe Biden affair, the trumped up Trump situation. They love that shit. Gossip. That's what they're relying on, gossip now. Because all that political shit, low vibrational, low frequency energy exchange matches the same frequency as gossip. So while we waiting on the people, the Empress and put out a call to clan mothers across the land, and they act like they're not getting a call to the right people. The whole thing is you got to know how to weed out the motherfucking weak. You got to weed out the weak. You got to weed out the scared. You got to weed out the ones who want it all for themselves in order for all of us to have something. We ain't in this for us. I ain't doing this shit for me. Empress ain't doing this for her. We doing this for the collective. I had my life. I ain't had to do nothing else. I could have went on about my business, but I had to come and tell y'all about y'all birthright, about y'all inheritance, about the usurpation of the rightful heirs. I had to tell y'all because I don't want to get to the other side after I leave this meat soup. I don't want to get to the other side and they say, why you ain't tell them motherfuckers? I've been telling them 5 years now. If they don't got it now, they not going to get it. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's not going to never get it. But this is a done deal. And the way you weed out motherfuckers is you let the public see who down with you. Who going to stick their motherfucking neck out with you when it's time to claim your shit back. Because them the motherfuckers that we got to get rid of first. So just because me or the Empress give a public announcement and do a public notice to the clans and to the government or whoever we do a public notice or a public announcement, we ain't doing that shit just to be giving a public notice or making a public announcement. It's purpose, cause, and deliberate intentions behind this. If y'all don't know about power dynamics, you ain't ready for this game. My man told me on Facebook yesterday. He said, you know, this real life is like a jigsaw puzzle. My response, my mama pre-programmed me at an early age to put jigsaw puzzles together. I'm skilled in it. Been skilled in it since I was 2-3 years old. I've been putting jigsaw puzzles together. So I'm having a problem putting this puzzle together. I could go out and do anything I want, and I'm going to automatically be successful because it's in my nature. It's how I'm wired. I'm not going to go out here half-cocked, spewing shit out my head that I don't know what I'm talking about. I know sometimes the person that know what they talking about to the person that's never heard it before, they sound like they mentally unstable or that's some far-fetched shit. But when you go look behind it at the receipt and you be like, nah, that motherfucker know what he talking about. He know what the hell he talking about. So all this is strategic. Everything you see we do is strategic. It's all about seizing power, right? And you're going to have a whole bunch of motherfuckers going to come Johnny come lately with their hand all talking about, see, I was putting in the work too. No, when we call for your ass, you ain't show up. When we sent for you, you didn't show up. Farrakhan. When we sent for your motherfucking ass, you didn't show up. Talk all that liberation talk. Pound on your motherfucking chest. Let them motherfucking lions go, but show the fuck up. Or shut the fuck up. You either show up or shut up. I mean, we not finna be having motherfuckers talking us to death, because that's what I'm tired of doing, talking motherfuckers to death, proving the point, right, that I know what I'm talking about with receipts. If I come with any more receipts, the goddamn receipt machine gonna jam. I can't come with, any more receipts gonna jam the machine. So we watching this trumped up stage show, mirror flipping, what's going on with the redemption process, and we thinking about Trump. It ain't got nothing to do with him. He just a motherfucking pawn in the place to hold a position until the motherfucking time that the power is seized by the rightful heirs. You can sit there and you, okay, keep believing that Biden shit real. Look, Joseph Robinette Biden was executed and buried. Go look it up. He buried at Arlington National Cemetery. If you go to Arlington National Cemetery website, type in Joseph Robinette Biden and put that motherfucker birthday in there, it's going to pop straight up. The only reason I know because I did it. So who is this person that they got pretending to be Biden? Who are these people? Because it ain't the same person all the time. Just like it's more than one Trump, it's about 7, 8 Bidens. Who is all these motherfuckers? Why do they need so many? Why they just can't keep using Jim Carrey or keep using James Woods? Right now it's leaking. I've been telling people this since 2019 that Joe Biden was being replaced and that they about to see an actor take on this play. They thought I was crazy. Then when I seen him, I said, that's Jim Carrey straight out of Mask. So when I went back to the Saturday Night Live skit and I seen that they made him up to look like Joe Biden, I said, damn, with a couple of computer tweaks, he'd be a dead ringer for that clown. Then the CIA skin masks, y'all forgot about that. The CIA skin mask where it looked just like you and you ain't even on location. It'll look just like you and you ain't nowhere around, but it looked like you. You can't leave motherfucker on camera no more because look, motherfucker shit gonna be coming out. The reason why they doing this, let me show y'all why they cutting it off at the pass. That's what they call it. When you go around, go all the way down to where they gotta go get water and you cut them off at the pass. You can't get to the water. This is what they doing with the skin mask and with the deep fake artificial intelligence stuff. They pre-programming everybody to say that this Epstein, that this frazzle drip video footage, Hillary snatching this baby face off, video footage of William Jefferson Clinton having sex with that little baby down there on Epstein Island. Now they gonna say, well, that might not even be him. That might be a nigga in the skin mask. They already creating a defense right now. They feeding it to us so that when we do see the video footage, because they're gonna have to show it sooner or later. That shit can only stay hidden for so long. But when they finally come out with the video footage, right? Now we done been so exposed and oversaturated with skin masks, deep fake and green screen technology, ain't nobody gonna even believe the shit real. Watch what happened with Diddy. Though all of them was motherfucking outtakes from a movie he was filming. Watch. Half of that shit deep fake. Them people ain't even really there. Viable defense in the court of law by entertainment purposes. You got a right to conceal the making and the plot of a epic thriller before it's released. All he had to do was have that shit copyrighted under creative control, and all that shit is part of a movie and is scripted, and they can't even prosecute him at that point because he's supposed to keep the movie script a secret according to the rules of Hollywood. But we don't keep track of that kind of stuff because we only concerned about our 9 to 5 day to day, take the kids to school, pick them up, give them a bath, put them to bed so I can go to bed so we can get up and do it all over a morning stage show running on the hamster wheel. That's what they got us doing. We don't have time to stop, look, listen, and see what's going on around us, so they keep us busy. Keep the inflation up, make you work yourself into a hole, trying to work yourself to freedom. Nobody in the history of the world ever worked their way to freedom. You know, it's not recorded nowhere. I haven't been able to find that anybody that was oppressed worked their way to freedom. The only way anybody oppressed in the history of the world ever got from under the oppressor is they overthrew that motherfucker, or another motherfucker came from somewhere else that didn't have nothing to do with it and just so happened to want something from there, and he deposed him, and then the people supported the new person to come in because they done things different. Y'all ain't paying attention. I can't tell everybody because everything I see, because it'll make a motherfucker really, really lose they become emotionally unhinged when you see this shit for what it is. Your emotions is your navigation system on planet Earth. When you not in physical form, you ain't got no emotions. What the fuck is that shit for? What purpose do it serve? If it's not to serve you the navigation and the communication between other humans, you don't have no cause or purpose for an emotion. So you pure information in your whole light body. You 100% data. All you is a bunch of binary code on a light wave frequency coming into the 3D realm, and now your emotions gonna dictate everything. When you supposed to read your emotions, you ain't supposed to let your emotions control you, and you give up the control to the emotion. That's like, I don't understand what all of this relationship drama about. The black woman don't want the black man. The black man don't want the black woman. And we can't find a good man. And now look, I'm going to tell y'all something. Don't believe me. Pay attention and check it out. The same women that complain about having a hard time getting a man, it's a sissy laying up under him. 98% of the time, it's a homo testicle laying up under him, telling her how to be a woman, and he a whole fucking man. And don't believe just because a motherfucker got a skirt on, because you see that now. They motherfucking doing picket signs so they can use the bathroom with the woman. Just take all her privacy away. All these women that's having man problems is close comrades with some homosexuals and lesbians that's telling them to have problems with their man. They looking for shit for her to have a problem with her man. That's why they don't want them positive sister circles like the Goddess Glow Up teaching these women how to step into their femininity, because now you a threat to the homo testicle and to the lesbian. I don't got no problem with nobody living the life they choose to live. That's their life, right? My problem is the mass motherfucking media campaign to convert unsuspecting children and lure them into a lifestyle that they not already wired for. They converting them, just like they convert motherfuckers from Judaism to Christianity, from Christianity to Islam. They converting these children into homosexuality, motherfucking cross-dressing and crisscross dressing, gender confusion. All that is control mechanisms to subjugate the people. And we keep falling for it. I ain't falling for it because I see it for what it is. I tell a boy, you're going to grow up to be a man. I don't tell him you're going to grow up to be a it. You're going to grow up to be a man, and the best thing that you can be is a good man. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes, but you can't beat yourself up because you made a mistake, because what damn one of us born with a handbook to say, here, you just came into this world. This is your rule book for your life in order for you to have your best life. We have to find it out and figure it out. Some of us figure it out. Some of us don't. Some of us figure it out too late, and some of us just figure it out later. But at the end of the day, boys supposed to both grow up to be boys, girls supposed to grow up to be girls. And if you got a problem with me not accepting you for who you is, then you didn't accept yourself for who God made you. You don't have a debate with me. Your debate is with God, who made you the gender he made you. God made you the gender that you is, not me. I didn't have nothing to do with that. All I'm just telling you is, don't tell me that I can't accept you for who the hell you is, when all the time you didn't accept you for who you was created to be. You let the society and the derelicts of the world dictate the parameters of your life and the expression of your lifestyle, and you think that the lifestyle that you live in is normal. Ain't none of us living a normal life. A normal life is a farmer's life. A normal life is how farmers live. Farmers live a normal life. If you live in the city, no matter how big, how small, if you live in a city life, you're not living a normal life. That's contrary to the nature of the species. Right? So the farmers is the only ones doing shit right. Maybe we ought to go and study them motherfuckers and find out how we can use some of that holistic stuff from the farm in the city to make the city become more holistic, so it can stop destroying all of the people that go into the city. You got to be a bad mofo to offend that. Look. A long time ago, they wrote it on a piece of paper. At the close of the age, that we was going to see everything we seeing now. I'm tired of pointing it out because it's like it's falling on deaf ears, and the people not really getting what they supposed to be getting because they not understanding the message and the lesson. I'm to the point now where it is nothing else that I can do. It ran its course, right? Proof. I'm not even trying to prove nothing no more. I already proved the point 100 times over on each critical point. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So all of them points have been proven hundreds of times over, and it still ain't enough. You got the conscious community that don't know, they think they scientists, but they don't know the simplest of science. Then you got the motherfucking so-called spiritual community. But when you start telling them how spirit really worked versus how they was told it worked, they get mad at you. Then they start disgracing your name. Then they start sending people to attack you. Then you got the Moors want us to believe we was all Moors when there was no time on earth where any one whole collective of tribes was called Moors. They was always a separate tribe unto themselves. They wasn't even called Moors at first. And it went through 100 names. You need 100 names when you're trying to hide who you is. When you ain't trying to hide who you is, you can say, I'm organic original to right here. That's all you need. That's your identity and your identification. But they want you to believe that all of us over here. Now, they tell us in the books. Now, go back and read this in the history books. And this ain't for all of the Moors, just the ones that be on that bullshit. The dirty Moors is what we call them. Go back and look in the history books. All of the Europeans, including the ones that look like us that ain't us, wrote in their journals. They different tribes of people. They got a common cultural thread. They all good, kind-hearted, caring, loving people. That's all of them wrote that. Okay, now the problem is, if they already know we all tribed up. We tribed up when they come. They wrote it in their journals we was tribed up. They gave the tribes different names because they couldn't pronounce the shit that the natives was talking because they was talking the native tongue. Since they couldn't pronounce it, they just ascribed you a name called an exonym. So then they labeled, category, and grouped people together under classifications to enforce a caste system predicated upon some doctrine called white supremacy that some Negropeans wrote over in Europe and brought it over here as a war strategy. And we fell for it. So when you look back and you say, okay, this brother then came, only person probably got more receipts than him is Malachi York. Farrakhan don't got more receipts than me. He got more lectures and instructional videos than I do, but he don't got more receipts. Even Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey had a hell of a collection